3, 2, we are live.
This is 2OF and this is 2OF Entertainment.
About to play the wrong graphics again, but I figured it out. Here's a close-up of everybody. Now we'll go far away to scare the fans.
So. Yeah.
It's a wonderful day.
It's a beautiful day. How's everybody doing?
Fine.
Very good.
Always fine.
There you go. That's the important thing. So today we're going to talk about, apparently, as David likes to call this, we're on Hollywood Friday, even though we're recording this on another day. And we were just talking off air that because of E-Day for Ramadan, all the shows today are a little messed around because one of the hosts has to celebrate whatever. We postponed his show for 4 hours out, and we put this one in. So today's a crazy day because, or as we say in Yiddish, Hazarai. Because everyone's like, all the shows today are moving around because of Ramadan. But next week they all go back to normal, so you won't see me for 2 hours. So there you go. But all
okay.
Good.
By the way,
hey,
David. Okay, thank you. By the way, here in Norway, got crazy. Why? Because we are a Christian people, and right. I respect all of kind, even this Ramadan and everything, but I don't respect they take over the half news directly for event of this end of Ramadan, and they even make a different program, and they make so much time on this issue, and I don't accept it. Why? Because in Norway, even the politicians have gone crazy. Earlier, we have Christian, when I grow up, we have Christian time in 1 hour, 2 hours per week. There we learn about Jesus and God and the First and the Second Testament. And now, it's free to use whatever. If they believe on a tree, they can even have that in the school.
So Even. You have to be cool because you're waking up too many people now with your harsh voice. And welcome to the world.
Yeah. It's a big melting pot of 8 billion people that have 8 billion in opinions, religions, and everything else. So you just kind of accept it. And listen, if that's the worst thing that happens today, that you had to spend 30 extra minutes learning about Ramadan on television, it's a good day. And that's the worst thing.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
no problems.
Yeah.
Please join me in the garden and take it easy.
Yeah, take the pills. So take the pills, you'll be fine. Drink the Kool-Aid, you'll be fine. So there you go. So,
the blue pills. The blue pills are always
from the Matrix. That is correct. Take the blue pills.
It's by the way by Pfizer. Yeah.
By Pfizer, yes, by Pfizer.
Yeah.
So you sent me a video yesterday that you wanted to So I'm going to let you explain. We can't show it because YouTube will say we're bad boys and girls, even though it's a YouTube video. But because it's coming out of another organization, it's copywritten. But it's the World Health Organization video. And it's there. And you guys can find it yourselves if you want to. And if you're listening on the podcast, we'll probably put the link in it so you can see it. But I'm going to let Morten tell everybody what's going on, what the World Health Organization is, what they're discussing, and a lot of it deals with Australia and I guess the rest of the world, and then we can have a dialogue about that.
Yeah, let me try. You know, the World Health Organization, for the first thing is they are about to act illegally again, because you know there are a certain time of hearings on proposals and so on, when you go. We are talking about around 190 member countries in the world, and what they have been doing for a long time, really, the World Health Organization, or WHO, or whatever we should call them, is to you know, these days it's only 20% of their income comes from the governments around the world. And the rest, well, it comes from Bill Gates foundations, from what's this PC guy, Bill Gates, and a lot of other people, of course. But what is happening now is that they want to, by the end of May, for all over the world, under the radar, they want to have new regulations that are over, that are mandates that no country can say nothing against. And that is a whole list of things. So they can partly or mostly, for example, Pfizer. I don't know if how much they are into this, but since I even named one of the guys. Then they can decide whatever they want, and all the countries has to obey strictly. And this is outrageous. I think this is my ears are falling off, because if it was like in the old times when we have the United Nations, we had NATO, we had WHO, like this one. This was for states only. Now it's governmental private institutions, and people don't know that. They don't know, and it's gone under the radar. In Norway, we heard nothing. I got from a politician friend this video regarding Malcolm Roberts in Australia, who are speaking up on this, and I also see in UK they are reacting, but judging the internet and especially Facebook and others. There are some groups who knows about this, but it's crazy.
Well, people are sheep, though, right? Or ostriches, as we like to say. They put their head in the sand. They don't know. So
yeah,
most people don't even know. If you say the WHO, they think it's the band from the 60s,
yeah,
70s, right? They don't think it's the World Health Organization. And we're getting into we're really getting into George Orwell's 1984.
We are there.
We're becoming an Orwellian planet, whether we want to admit it or not. And it's really funny when you say they have, countries can't say no. China will tell them to go pound salt because China doesn't care. There's certain countries, we're idiots. America will be like, okay, we'll do whatever you said. But I mean, like China and there's other countries that would say, no, we're not listening to you. Russia's probably another one. But it's just interesting that nobody knows. And you sent me the video yesterday, and I watched it, and I did some research on it. I was shocked that, they want to have it that all the rules and regulations they come up with, everybody just accepts it blindly, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's just, if we tell you that everyone has to wear a blue suit on Thursday, you just say that's it because that's going to make you feel better. That's crazy.
It's healthy.
Yeah, sure.
I have a big question because this COO for the last pandemic, COVID-19, Sanil Suvi, she even say we need to have a big corporation so we can afford them to contribute a lot of new medication, and of course they have to have kickback. So really they sit on the both side at the table at the same time, and they can even sell like ice cream on the beach.
Mhm.
It's so easy for them. And what's happening with the government all over? Me and Morten discuss it many times, and we say a Thursday the Norwegian government will say yes. Why? Because they don't read about it. They don't care.
Right.
And this is very important organization for especially Africa, Gaza, and all over the world where poor people need help.
Right, but that's where, to Bill Gates's credit, for lack of, I guess, his foundation that gives malaria shots and does all the, is helping them, because the United Nations isn't, the WHO isn't. So it's the guy who, invented Windows, who's helping people, if you will. Then of course everybody thinks they're getting chips implanted because he's helping people. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, we can go down whatever rabbit hole you want to, but the world isn't what it used to be, where a government or a country says we're going to help the less fortunate. Now it's all about this. Calling you right now. Now it's all about a land. It's all about a land grab. It's all about, we need more power. We need more control. We need more money.
Yeah.
We need more technology. It's not like, how do we make the planet a better place? It is very much
Exactly.
do as we say, don't ask questions, and that's it. So unfortunately, the UN, the WHO, even NATO to an extent, they're not really, no one's doing anything. They all just sit there. They talk a good game. You know what I mean? Like, talk like we're going to do.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and if you want to look at
But
NATO,
Stephen,
like with the Ukraine, they're like,
Yeah.
they have to cross into Poland. But then I'm like, are you really going to do something? Like, you talk a good game. It's good, and you sound tough.
Yeah.
But like, why? But when something really happens, are you going to do something? Because we really don't see to do it. Even with COVIDs, it was like no one knew what to do. Our orange president at the time was like, drink bleach, like whatever.
I agree.
The people that were the smartest were the UAE, where they're like, you don't need masks. I think Sweden was the same way. I think you guys too were like, you don't need masks. Go outside, exercise, and keep going. And those are the countries that had less deaths than everything else. And then the other thing was, nobody wanted to come out point blank and say, listen, if you're fat, you're going to die, right? Because you are more susceptible to COVID than someone that's skinny and exercising. Now, granted, skinny exercising people died as well, but all these people that were dying already had problems, right? So they just didn't come out and say, these are the issues, because everyone's trying to be politically correct. I think we need to get away from that and get back to this is the deal, take it or leave it. And the countries need to start helping internally their people, and then externally. And the WHO is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Amen.
Regarding UN is a joke. It's a joke for me. Why? I can tell you. Because this fucking, excuse for my expression, fucking veto. Okay, veto.
No, that's NATO, Evan.
No. It's UN as well. Veto from China, veto from US, veto from fucking Putin. Okay, what we should do with UN is my idea. 50% women in the board, and of course, the rest, and population from all of the cloud, and then we have representative board, and we take away this fucking what we call veto, and we say 50.1% win. Okay, saddle, bang.
Even, I have two things to reply on that. What you are trying to say is we want to have democracy. That's not going to happen. And number two is that 50% women and the rest, you know what it is. You don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the other 50%
we have so many genders now that it is impossible. That you have to have for the let's not go into that all the types
you would have to have 250%. And the only issue, I like the 50% thing with women. The problem is some women have CMS and some have PMS. So the problem is, it depends on the woman. The 50% that are sitting at the UN, they have a bad day all of a sudden. It may not go over well. And then the other thing is the UN's a joke more because nobody listens to them. You know what I mean? Like they meet in a big building. It's very nice. I used to live right around the corner from it, and it's a pretty building. But governments don't take it seriously. It's like, all right, we have to go and we have to do. All right, let's go. Like we go, we do, we say nice things, we yell at each other, and nobody cares.
Women even in Scandinavia are very independent. And
what's wrong with the women in Scandinavia?
They have a law in Norway.
Yeah.
If you have a big company, you have to have women in your board.
We want that.
Very good. And even if they have PMS, they are even better than a man to
come on
and brain. So
a good mixture is good.
I'm okay with women on a board. I'm okay with women founders. I'm the first one. I sit on boards with women, and I sit on boards of women founder companies. We have a CIO who's a female. I mean, like, oh, no. I'm all for it. I'm being kind of funny, but at the end of the day, I don't care what your sexual orientation is, your color, your sex, meaning like if you're a real male or female, not one of the make-believe LGBTQ, MOUSE, and all that other crap. If you're gay, you're straight, I don't care about any of it. I don't care what color you are. As long as you're qualified, then yes, you should sit on a board, run a country, whatever. I don't think you become qualified because you fall into a category of whether it's LGBTQ or you're male or you're female or you're black or you're white or you're green. That's not a category to me. My category is when I talk to you and I ask you a question or questions and we interview you and I'm like, you're the smartest human being for this position or carbon-based life form or however you want to look at them. That's how I look at it. And to me, that's the most important. I could care less about anybody's whatever. I could care less about anything else other than you're the smartest person in the room.
But Stephen, many big corporations are using headhunters and stuff like that.
Headhunters are idiots.
I've been a headhunter myself, and no problem. I didn't find any heads. I didn't hunt them for real. I have one in the back here, but now what I'm saying is that everything, as you know, can be manipulated, and I think also that even if there is a woman that is qualified, it will not come to the board, to the table. No. Sometimes. Right.
Yeah. The problem is that I think for some, it's really funny, mostly in America, all over the world, if you look at, now maybe Norway's a little different as well, like America, but if you look at other countries, women have held power there since the day one. Yeah. If you look at countries, if you read any kind of a real history book, not like a biased one, but if you read real history books, women were holding power in China, in Egypt, in Israel, like all over. It's only kind of in America and in the UK and parts of the, maybe your country, where it's all men. Look at us, we're men. But it's like, I don't want to be rude or anything, but women are the ones who've really done things. If it wasn't for certain women, China wouldn't be where China is today. If it wasn't for certain women, Israel wouldn't be where Israel is. If it wasn't for certain women, India wouldn't be. I mean, like you can go through all of history, right? And
and we can name, for example, Cleopatra.
Cleopatra, Golden Mayer for Israel. Wing. I can't remember her last name, but she's the one who actually, if it wasn't for her, the Yang Dynasty wouldn't be the Yang Dynasty. And we did a whole show on her a couple weeks ago.
And in Israel, Golda Meir, fantastic.
Yeah. So, and that's it. And people don't realize that because they get drilled in their heads, men, blah, blah, blah. No, people need to start looking at, like, if you're a smart human, it doesn't matter about anything other than you're a smart human, then you should be ahead of the pack. I don't care, Asian, not, I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? So we look at things today in such a stupid way.
Yeah.
It gives nobody a chance, right? Because the minute someone walks into the room, the first thing they do, they look at you and they go, "Oh, white male, blah, blah, blah," or black male, oh, or an Asian, or that. Who cares? They're a human being.
This is an ad hoc program. Listen, this is the smoke. Okay?
Okay, that's
fine. It is?
Yeah.
It is?
The large empiric study from Finland tell that it's the same rate on cancer at the lung today it was in 1960. So therefore I ask, people don't smoke anymore, but the cancer rate is the same. So don't blame on this tobacco, blame on other thing, because this is empiric.
I think tobacco, a cigarette, not a cigar, because cigar is pure tobacco. I think your cigarette there with all the tar and the poison and all the other crap they put in, I think that's what helps the cancer along. Right. So that's a little different than if they said back in the day, we're going to chop up a tobacco leaf and roll a tobacco leaf. Then you're just smoking like paper. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing there. Yeah. The same when we smoke cigars. All a cigar is a rolled up tobacco leaf. There's nothing, they don't add anything to it. It's just they roll it up and some nice little lady in whether it's Cuba or Dominican Republic or Ecuador or whatever goes licky licky, stampy stampy, and she's done.
But
you can't see it. You know,
I see it.
This is pure liquid.
Yeah. Well, that's not good. Actually, that's not good for your lungs.
Why not?
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of medical stuff in it. I didn't understand it, but it said it's not good for your lungs because it does something to it. I'm not sure.
Okay, but it's no tar at least.
Well, that's good.
Anyway, this is like the Klima discussed because when the science find out, then the rating of this special lung disease, come from smoke, and the level is the same today, and nobody smoke near 5% smoke in Finland, Norway, and Denmark and Sweden. So then I ask again, okay, this is science. So what will they use? What will the government use at the package in the future? This is my package, and you can see this is not correct. It's not correct.
Come on, Evan. It's
listen. They have to warn you about something because it's their job. Because we pay them, and they take money every day from taxes. And if they don't warn you about something, you're going to say, "What do they do?" And listen. Does cigarettes cause cancer? I'm going to probably say yes, it does.
Yeah.
You know, and they have studies that show it. Is cancer up? Yes. And why? Forgetting the cigarettes, it's just all the chemicals that are in everything. Yeah. Actually, cancer is up. And it's not up because of cigarettes, or not down because of cigarettes. It's just that back in the day when I was a kid and you guys were kids, they didn't spray all this crap on fruits and vegetables. It's like you got a real. It was all they were organic back before organic was fashionable.
Right.
They spray all this crap, and now you're eating chemicals, and that's why everybody gets sick.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
What we got the last 5 to 10 years was the nanotechnology.
Right.
And I very sure nanoparticles go into your skin, go into your blood, and make this range of lung disease the same.
That's how Bill Gates tracks you with that technology. He's tracking you with the nanotechnology. Yeah, he tracks you now. He knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
He was just calling you a second ago to tell you not to talk about it, but there you go. So explain to everybody what the nano is, because a lot of people have heard of it. They see it on their vegetables when they buy them, but they don't know what it is. So can you tell everybody what it is really quick?
I know.
But tell it to me, the guys behind us.
People that don't know it, what's going on.
A nano, what is a nano? It is 100,000 part of. Okay, please.
0.0000001 my.
Okay.
If you understand what I say.
Me, oh my, yeah.
Me, oh my, sure.
And
Me, oh my.
It's so small. It goes directly into your skin and directly in the blood.
Okay.
If you take a car wash, if you take anything in dishes and whatever you want to have some glands or
polish,
polish, yes. Then you take a lot of very dangerous particles.
Okay. It's very good.
In the beginning, they say they will only make nano with silver.
Okay.
And after 2-3 years, they have a lot of substitutes.
Gotcha.
So now in China, they make nano from what we say. It's oil stuff. Molybden disulfide. It's very, very dangerous for human. It's very good for your car in the oil.
Okay.
But they screw you.
Well, yeah, but that's what everybody does. They screw you. So I mean,
that's the end.
World. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I bought a shirt, a nano shirt.
A nano shirt.
And and the nano shirt was lovely. It was so, I could take ketchup. Right. On if I was messy or whatever, I'm not a football player, but nobody, no stains, nothing.
Right.
It didn't smell for years. It said on the commercial, and you didn't have to wash it.
Wow.
At all.
That's some good technology, nanotechnology. I like that. So
yeah, but it's full of everything goes into your veins,
Right,
so
goes into your skin and then goes into your body.
Yeah, I throw it away.
I'm very conscious of my health, so I try to eat good. So when I buy fish, I like to cook fish in the proper oil that it should be cooked in. British Petroleum, Shell, Exxon, Texaco. I cook my fish in only the best oil. But it's good. But that even the fish now, whether it's farm fish or they catch it in the ocean, is filled with mercury and zinc this and that. Correct. And it's sort of like we've really screwed the pooch here on this planet. We've screwed this thing to the nth degree.
The export council in Norway will kill us, but the Norwegian salmon
Yeah.
It's full of crap.
The best salmon is going out of the country.
Of course.
That's number one.
Okay.
To China, to
America.
to America, to the very best.
Right. Well, we deserve the very best, and so do the Chinese.
You deserve the best, of course, but it's not good because the food chain is crazy now.
Right.
You know.
A few months ago, they have a big campaign in Norway. Don't eat meat, because meat will create a lot of sickness for you if you eat it too much.
Why?
And these days, they say you have to take and eat fish and shrimps and lobster and everything. But the last article I read was that all the fish and all the lobster, all the shrimps have
Adopting
a lot of dangerous chemicals at the sea.
Yeah. There's nothing healthy. There's nothing healthy. The only thing healthy out there is Scotch. So I have a new diet. It's the Scotch and cigar diet, and that's every meal. And I'll live to be 150. So while everyone else is taking pills and eating whatever they're eating I just have Scotch and cigars. I have no stress, and I'm good to go. And that's how I look at it.
It's not long. It's not long until you will taste the Scotch made in the next island.
We're having an interview with them, I think, in October, and I'm very excited. It's the only woman-owned Scotch. Well, it's really whiskey because it's in Norway. So whiskey distillery in the world that's 100% women-owned, if I'm not mistaken. And they do have men that run it, but they have women that own it. And it's very interesting. We've talked to them several times, and as far as I know, we're going to do an interview. We're just waiting to set it up. So I'm excited about that interview. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be a big interview. So
it's our next door neighbors where we live here on Faya, an island with 250 inhabitants, isn't it? Okay. Maybe a bit more.
So that's when husband and wife divorce on that island. They're still brother and sister. So I get it. I understand. That's most of Norway, I think. You guys have like what, 15 people on the whole thing? I don't know. It's a small place.
Doesn't matter.
You know, by the way, I read there was an article last week that said the happiest country in the world is
Finland.
Yeah. They're always the happiest. I'm thinking, I don't know what drugs their government.
No, come on, don't be fair now. Norway has been the most luckiest country for decades, for years and decades. But now, sorry, now we are going down because the country is going down. So.
If I want to move to Finland, though, they're like, okay, come. Like they're processed for bringing like an American. If an American wants to live there, they're like, great, come on over.
But the Finnish people don't say what they mean. They don't care at anything. The same with Sweden. They are very happy anyway what you say to them. And in Norway we have some me and Morten and a couple of thousand people who say, what the fuck is going on? Are you a zombie? Because people don't react at anything anymore. Like you in the United States, you have Biden and you have this fucking Trump, and no, they decide different in abort, and it's so crazy. We go back to 1800th century. For some of the
rights, so yeah.
Are you talking about Arizona yesterday? The Arizona State Supreme Court
Yep.
passed the abortion law from
Yep.
1864. They went back to they're like, no, you can't have an abortion, and that goes back to 1864. Yes, that's interesting. What America, unfortunately, and I keep saying this, and other people say it, so it's not just me. We're going backwards, not forwards. If the orange guy gets in, we become Nazi Germany of the early 30s. And within 5 years, we'll become the Germany that everybody despised, because Trump will come in and make it an autocratic society, and he's going to make the government be absolute. And I think that's going to be a problem. And I think there won't be any shows, whether it's on YouTube, on television, or whatever, that you'll be able to give an opinion that's not of the state.
Come
I
on.
think that's where we'll be. I think that's where we'll be heading.
Trump would even close the war in Ukraine in 24 hours after.
Yeah, because he'll let Russia roll over the Ukraine. Even though he said in an interview he doesn't like war because people die. He's a rocket scientist. Nobody likes war because people die. But if the only way you're going to stop the war is if you just literally let Russia roll over the Ukraine, or you give the Ukraine more weapons. He doesn't want to give them more weapons. So apparently you're going to let Russia roll over, or you're just going to call them up and go, you're going to stop. Putin will laugh at you.
I have a very important question for you, Stephen. Very important question. I'm personally Christian, okay?
Congratulations. We used to throw you guys the lions.
Praise the Lord. But I have a question for you. Because all the priests I meet, all the guys
they molest children? What now?
I ask one question. Come on. Do you speak out from the First Testament or the second? Because that's very
the old or the new.
You're asking if we speak from the Old Testament or the New Testament.
Come on.
So the Jewish
you have
Torah.
To choose.
Right. I'm a Jew. I know this. So the first 5 books of the Old Testament is our Torah. So when we speak about God or religion, we speak from the Torah, but then we have the Talmud and a bunch of other books. So we speak from all of that. But we don't, the New Testament, as I believe the Old Testament as well, is a nice fable. I don't believe any of it, unfortunately.
I have read the both.
I've read both too.
First Testament say, my son, I have to offer to God. And the Second Testament say, be kindly, and if somebody smack you, let them smack you at the other.
Right. And can I tell you, that works at Hilga's House of Pain, where you can get smacked on both cheeks. But in the real world, it does not work. So we don't go with the smack you this.
The Second Testament is coming from Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
he takes the offer at the earth for all the people.
Right, but
and
see, Jesus
on the Second Testament.
Right, but see, Jesus means nothing to. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Let's go with 6 billion of them. Jesus means nothing. Most of them don't know.
But Stephen and Evan, now it's time to collect the money, isn't it? Because we are talking about.
I'm a close-up, but I wait.
Yeah, I know, but in America, you become a Christian for the money. Yep.
Oh, you mean if you become a pastor?
Yeah.
They make a lot of money here with church.
I didn't get the answer from Stephen.
If you touch the screen.
Morten, shut up. Stephen, please.
What?
The answer.
We don't. The First Testament is cute. The second, the notebook is cute. It's the Torah. The second, which is the stuff that you guys, the make believe fairy tale. I don't believe in either of them. I think it's all a bunch of crock. I think it's a great fable, like Aesop's fable. There's no basis of anything in it. I believe more in the Book of the Dead from Egypt, the Egyptians. I believe more in the Chinese way of it and other things that actually make more sense than some guy with a beard in a cloud.
But I understand Israel very well. Why? Okay. Because I know they use the First Testament. This is an eye for an eye.
Yeah. An eye for, well,
Finish.
but that's everybody. I don't want to be rude or anything, but that's pretty much how the world is. It's an eye for an eye and whatever. This, turn the other cheek stuff, like I said, it doesn't work because if it's a lot of nobody's turning the other cheek. And if you go to your Trump, NATO, Ukraine, Putin, Zelensky thing, no one's going to turn another cheek there. So if he does become president and he's going to stop the war, I don't know how he's doing that.
Even the World Health Organization, they are turning both cheeks.
Right.
Yep. What about forgiveness?
There's no such thing as
You didn't
forgiveness.
take it.
Yeah,
Huh?
I heard it. I let it go. There's no such thing as forgiveness, my friend.
There's no?
They're not. I mean, personally, people can forgive, but globally, I think the people are 5-year-olds. Listen, I'm from New York, and everybody knows that, seeing our shows for the last 3 years.
Yep.
In New York, if you and I scream at each other right now and call each other every name in the book, when we're done, you know what'll happen? I'm going to go, we're still going to lunch. And you go, of course we're going to lunch. And we've already forgotten what we just yelled at each other about, right? We're going to lunch. Today's children, and you could be a children at 5 years old or 105, because they're woke and politically correct and all this other ridiculous happy horse shit. If you say something to them that they don't like, their feelings are hurt for like weeks. And I'm like,
too
get a pair of
bad.
balls.
Oh.
And that goes to the boys and the girls. So we don't raise them to be men and women anymore. We're raising and we're teaching young adults to be pussies. And I have a problem with that. So I don't turn the other cheek. There's no reason for me. If you yell at me, if we have a problem, we discuss it and we're done. There's no turning. We're done. Now we go on, we have lunch or dinner or smoke a cigar. I don't give a shit. But this like, you hurt my feelings. No, I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about you usually as a person. We have things to do. Let's go and do them.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
I need that.
Yeah. He's like,
but there's one thing. My Bible in my head, because I have a special communication with God, and that is communication is solving everything. If you communicate, but then you have to have. This is old. This is from the cave.
Right.
I come in peace. You don't see my hands now, but
I usually go for that's different.
Huh?
So I usually go for peace. I don't come in peace. But anyway.
But communication. We don't communicate any longer. We don't talk with each other really.
People don't know how to have a dialogue anymore because as our friend over here, Irving, proved, his little phone rang. And what do? They're on their little phone, or they're on their iPad, or on their computer. They don't. I went to dinner last night, and the rules at dinner, if you go to dinner with me, unless it's a business dinner and we're doing a deal and I need to have my phone out and so do you, the rule at dinner either goes into your breast pocket or it goes face down on the table. Yeah. And you don't look at your phone during dinner. Before, during, when we're leaving, you can get on your phone. But dinner is for dialogue. So whether it's in my personal life or my business life, that's everybody knows going to dinner with me, phone off. And say, no. Now, if we're in the middle of a deal and we're going to grab a bite because we're hungry, phones are on, everybody can do it. And that's the thing. And no one teaches kids that. I watch kids that go to, whether they're at crappy restaurants or 5-star restaurants, and their mommy and daddy give them an iPad, and the kids are watching on the iPad. And I'm like, when I was a kid, we would go to 5-star restaurants. I would have to dress in a suit, and I'd have to behave, whether I was 5 years old or 10 years old or 15, like a young man. And I'd have to sit there and engage in a dialogue with my parents or whoever we were at dinner with. And we're not teaching people. So to your point, why people don't communicate, they don't know how.
I know.
I can send you a text message, but I can't text you. And I tell people, don't send me a text message longer than like a few sentences, because then I'm just going to call you, because now you're writing a book. If I want to read a book, I've got my pile over here to the left. I can read my books all day, right?
And to you who are watching this, If you have a son or a daughter, let them be a psychologist, because that's the only, they will try to teach your the new kids growing up, to talk, to communicate. And communication it's old. It's from the start. From if you believe in Adam and Eve or whatever. I miss Adam today, by the way, but Eve is okay.
But anyway, send them to the valley and let them go out and build a cottage or whatever. Let them go away from the town. Let them be in harmony with the nature.
Nature.
Explain them with fishing. Explain them with all of the art we have.
Even with no Wi-Fi.
Oh my
No
God, that's
Wi-Fi?
crazy.
Come on.
How are they going to do this without Wi-Fi?
Just for 40 days.
You can't fish without Wi-Fi. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, I know.
It's impossible.
Listen, I lived in the city when I was a kid, and we still went fishing. My dad once a month would say, "Okay, we get up early in the morning and we go and drive some crazy amount of time so we could go fishing." Our camping, of course, was at the Ritz, because we don't camp with you.
Yeah.
But anyway, we would go fishing. And we would go do something. And it was sort of like, so you can appreciate all that. The kids today, we talked about this yesterday on Funny Haha, which comes out on Monday. And we already put the short out. It's Where Are the Kids? When we walk around neighborhoods, I see basketball hoops. You know who's playing basketball? The parents. Who's riding the bikes?
Yeah.
The parents. Where are the kids? The kids are inside on their iPads. And they're not exercising. Great, they're exercising their mind. And then they wonder why they're fat, they're this, they're that, they're lazy, they have no stamina. I don't know. Maybe get your kid's ass off the couch and be a parent and do something. And I'm blown away by it. I've never, when I was a kid, you would come home from school, you either did your homework and then went and played, or you went and played, and then after dinner, you did your homework.
It's very important to give them challenge.
Yes.
Very important.
And they don't challenge him in school.
I'm a grandpa.
No.
I have three
grandchildren.
Yeah.
I'll help you with the tough stuff. Don't worry about it.
And the young one is only 10, and the oldest is 20, and the middle is 15. But the youngest one have the most clever at earth, because she know everything, because I have her and tell her and learn her, and she go upstairs to my son and my daughter-in-law and tell her everything, and they say, "Wow, don't listen to your grandpa." Why? Because what I say is different what they learn in the school, what they have in the app, what they have in the platform, whatever. I learn them about ethic. I learn them on behavior. If you don't like another, you have to change your mind and find something positive and enjoy everybody.
And the problem with school today is that they don't teach them anything.
Correct.
Because I'll say, what have you learned? And they tell me, and I'll be like, tell me about the American Revolution. Tell me about World War II. We don't talk about that. Like, what do you learn? And I'm like, so the problem is we're not teaching kids history. They don't read history books. No. They know nothing. I had this dialogue with someone the other day. We were talking about World War II and Hitler and blah, blah, blah. And they looked at me like I had 3 heads. I'm like, you know nothing about this. You're like, no.
I know.
Then we were talking about politics in China, and how China at one point was a capitalistic country back when the emperors were around, right? Everyone was trying to make money. And they closed it in the 1400s, and it became, when Mao became this communist. So I went through the cycle, and they go, they weren't capitalists. I'm like, really? I said, how do you think they became what they were? They were like, they ran the world. I said, and then they closed. And I said, then Mao came along and made it communism. And then Deng Xiaoping comes along and makes it a capitalist country again. And I said, so it's this cyclical cycle. And they're like, they've always been communist. I'm like, I don't think they knew what a communist was back, you know, when the first emperor showed up, when he was like, I'm going to teach you how to read and write, and we're going to do money and we're going to trade with the world. That's not communism. But so people don't know history. If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat the bad parts of it. And the fact that nobody thinks is the worst.
I'm agree.
But also, his history has a kind of repeatness.
Yes,
you know,
history always repeats itself. It's very true.
It is, and we see it, and that's why we also need to learn history, because we know that why do the same failure again and again and again and again, and also. Yeah, we are stupid. We are fucked.
What about human being in general? When I meet,
just shouting. Come on, relax. Be cool. Be cool.
A person I never meet, I give him or her compliments. Why? Because if you start with compliments, it's much easier to get the dialogue.
What you give is what you get.
Right.
Correct, Morten. And this is universal all over the world. I travel all over the world, and it's the same. Because you have to respect. When I travel to another country, I have to take clothes who enjoy the people. I don't go with a fine suit in Albania. Then I get a point, you know. Here's a guy with money. So we have to identify.
I have to stop the program and say excuses to the 4 viewers we have from Albania. This is not. This was just an example. It could be any country in the world.
But basically Albania. No, we get it. So that's why. And with that, and with you know the nice thing with our show, now that we've just insulted a whole country, and please all the Albanians, write your comments below, and we'll give you the address of where our hosts are, and you feel free to go there. But we'll see you all next week. And remember, you can catch this podcast on Two Old Farts Making Noises wherever you get your podcasts. And that's, I guess, Spotify, Google, Apple, Amazon, and I don't know, 50 other places. Or you can see us if you want to look at our beautiful faces. Why? I have no idea. Every Friday, you can catch us here. And if you think you have something that you want to say, come and be a guest if you dare. If not, then don't. So, and we'll be back next week. And that's it, guys. It's good to see both of you. So,
good night.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, everybody. We'll see you in a moment. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe and like.
Yeah.